So I use a 400 milliliter beaker. I set up a hot water bath. So we start heating. So I wait until it gets to 75 degrees Celsius. While the water is heating, so I got one 125 milliliter aluminum flask, and I'm going to measure it on the balance. So first we tear it, 0. Okay, so I place this 125 aluminum flask on the balance. Okay, it's 93.148. So we record it. Then I'm going to take about 2 grams salicylic acid in the flask. So we should have 95. Okay. Okay, so it's about 2 grams. You can record the final mass. 95.153. So in the film hood, I'm adding 5 milliliter of acetic anhydride. Five milliliters acetic anhydride into the salicylic acid, and then I'm adding 5 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid. Here I'm using 6 ml, 5 drops. Okay, trying to dissolve the salicylic acid. Swirl the flask, dissolve it. So I swirl the flask. Now all the solid dissolves. So I'm going to bring this to the hot water bath to heat for 10 minutes. So the hot water bath temperature is about 75 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to place a flask in here. Oops. Okay. To take the thermometer away. Going to use a timer. Timer to record the time. So we are going to heat the flask in the hot water bath for about 10 minutes. They will come back. While we are waiting for the heating, so I'm setting up the filtration apparatus, and this is a vacuum filtration. So we are using some vacuum to realize the separation of solid and filtrate. So here we have a Bachner funnel, and we have a rubber here. So rubber is to help seal the system so that we can have a good vacuum inside. And this hose, we have a hose here, is going to connect to the sink, okay, to the sink over here. So if we turn on the water, because the speed of the water is fast, so on the side of the faucet it creates some vacuum, and we connect our hose, okay, with the neck over here and also the neck on the flask. We can create some vacuum condition for the flask. Then we have some vacuum inside that we can realize the separation much faster than the regular gravity filtration. So, and here, so let me turn this off. So this Bachner funnel, you can see inside, there are many tiny holes here. So this is made of plastic, and I'm going to place one piece of filter paper here, so the solid will stay on the filter paper and the filtrate will go through the filter paper. So what we are going to do first, we are going to measure it. Okay, measure it. Since the crystal will stay on the filter paper, so we want to measure the blank filter paper's mass. Alright, so we tear the balance and we measure the filter paper. You need to write down the mass of the filter paper. Okay. Then we place this into the funnel, and before we use it, usually we use some distilled water to make it wet, okay, so that the filter paper can stick to the funnel, bottom of funnel really nice. And we want to make sure the filter paper covers all the holes inside of the funnel, right? So it's good. So now it's good. Then we can put this back. Okay, and I think we're getting ready. I'm not going to connect this right now because the hose is heavy, so this may not stay still, so we are going to use some let me see, usually we want to use some clamp, so if you can see it. Yeah, clamp to kind of hold the neck of the flask. so that the flask can stay still. So we don't want it fall down while we are doing the filtration. So now we use this clamp. Is a little bit small, but it's okay. So yeah, then we connect the hose to one side to the sink, another side to the neck over here.